New tonight and only on 4 are inspecting the inspectors. Investigation takes us to New Orleans, where the deadly accident at the Ohio State Fair last summer is leading to change.
This week, NBC4 is the only news team in New Orleans working to try to get you some answers. We have team coverage for you tonight. SHAWN LANIER is live here in Columbus with a look at the settlement reached today between the state of Ohio and the ride victims.
But let's begin with Katie FERRELL live in New Orleans tonight with what's being done to make the rides safer. Katie?
Good evening. We came here to New Orleans to find out what's being done to prevent another tragedy. And in less than 24 hours, a dozen new proposed safety regulations are expected to go up for a vote to help keep you and your family safe. Outside, the Mardi Gras party is still going on. But inside, behind these doors, top safety experts in the ride industry are tackling the tough question, how to prevent another accident.
Very concerned. It was a wake-up call for us. We needed to react quickly in this case.
ASTM International is the standard-setting group for the industry. Members say what happened in Ohio rocked the industry to its core.
When this happened, my phone was ringing off the hook for days. Media from all over the world. I have never seen the reaction like we saw in the state of, with this incident ever.
ASTM members are discussing 12 new safety recommendations, everything from how to better detect corrosion, what was blamed for the fireball accident, to more requirements for those inspectors who sign off on rides.
Sometimes we have to be reactionary of accidents, but we jumped right into it, and we're trying to do the best that we can to develop the best, safest standards for not just the United States, but the world.
Turning a terrible accident into an opportunity to be better for us all. And tomorrow is when this group will put those proposed changes up for a vote. But ultimately, it's up to each state, up to Ohio, to decide whether or not it wants to follow them. Local for you in New Orleans, Katie FERRELL, NBC4.
Thanks so much, Katie. Tonight, we now know a settlement has been reached between the state of Ohio and the people who were hurt in the fireball accident. NBC4's SHAWN LANIER is live with what the agreement means and what comes next. Sean?
Well, 2 members of the Ohio Expositions Commission agreed today to move forward with this settlement. Now we just have to wait to see what's next. Months after the fireball malfunction, an agreement has been made between the state of Ohio and the victims of that accident. A spokesperson with the Ohio State Fair says there was mediation between the state of Ohio and the attorneys representing the victims of the fireball accident that led to a settlement. Here are the terms of the settlement. First, no money would come out of the state treasury, meaning the state would not pay the victims. Second, the plaintiffs would fully release the state of Ohio, including the Ohio Expositions Commission of liability, which means no future lawsuits against any Ohio state agency. This settlement does not include the ride manufacturer, KMG, the ride owner, Amusement of America, or third-party inspectors. It's only between the state of Ohio and the victims. For this settlement to move forward, a lawsuit must be filed and the settlement approved by the Ohio Court of Claims. NBC4 reached out to the Department of Agriculture for comment. They declined an interview, but sent this statement, which reads, "The department is doing our part in finalizing the agreement to settle. There is no additional information we can share at this time." And right now, again, the only way that this moves forward is if and when that lawsuit is filed. There was no timetable on when that'll happen. Also, we reached out to some of the attorneys for those victims to try to figure out what's next for some of these victims and future lawsuits and who it'll be against. At this time, our calls have not been returned. Local for you in Columbus, SHAWN LANIER, NBC4.
Sean, thank you. We've been following the story every step of the way and pushing for answers. We'll continue to do that and bring you updates on air and online at NBC4i.com.